5 things we want at WrestleMania 36 and 5 we don't want. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. There is massive unfinished business when it comes to Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey, with the WWE Universe never being given the major singles match between these bitter rivals like everyone wanted to see. While Charlotte Flair certainly deserved to be part of the first ever all-women's WrestleMania main event, that doesn't mean people have forgotten about the dream singles match that they thought they were getting. Considering Rousey has been gone for almost a year, WWE has the chance to set up a fun storyline when she does eventually return, in what could be a massive WrestleMania moment. Don't. Horsewomen versus Horsewomen. While this is obviously a huge match WWE would be foolish not to make happen at some point in the future, WrestleMania 36 doesn't feel like the right time for that to happen, with fans wanting everything to be perfect when this happens. Right now, WWE's 4 horsewomen are all locked in bitter feuds, and randomly bringing them to an end just to throw them together for the sake of this match would be a major waste of time, especially since Shayna Baszler is putting in some great work in NXT. With Ronda Rousey also taking time off from wrestling to start a family, this just isn't the right time for things to happen, with this being a major ace that WWE can keep up its sleeve for a later date. Want. Demon versus The Fiend. While the WWE has already given us this match in The Fiend's in-ring debut, he only faced Finn Balor the Man, not the Demon, and those who have followed Balor's career will know only too well that the Demon is a totally different prospect. Even though Balor has returned to NXT, that doesn't mean he can't still make appearances on either Raw or SmackDown, and if he does return, doing so as the Demon looking to get revenge against Bray Wyatt could be a great storyline to do it with. Not only would it create a major WrestleMania match for the upper mid-card, but it would create a spectacle that WrestleMania is known for with fancy entrances as we finally find out which demonic character is stronger. Don't want. The Fiend versus the Dead Man. While it is pretty much expected that the Fiend will get a major WrestleMania 36 spot due to his popularity, one urge WWE needs to resist is putting him up against the Undertaker due to their similarities in being darker characters that have powers and aren't fully human. Just because on paper this match makes sense doesn't mean that it should be done. We've already actually seen The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt face each other at WrestleMania, and it wasn't the greatest match of Taker's legendary WrestleMania run. The two men should be on the card, just not against each other, with The Fiend being better off facing someone from the current roster in order to push him a little further as a top-tier talent, as a big WrestleMania win would certainly establish him. Want. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. We recently saw The Rock make his return to WWE to help the company promote SmackDown's move to Fox. And while it was only a one-off appearance for the People's Champion, it has certainly left people wanting more. There has always been a dream match between The Rock and his cousin Roman Reigns on the table in the eyes of the fans, with the WWE Universe desperately wanting to see the two men lock up in the ring. With WrestleMania being in Florida, which is somewhere Rock has called home, this could be the perfect location to call time on his career officially with a match against Roman Reigns. Don't want. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. This is a feud that WWE has done to death at this point, and nobody is interested in seeing it happen again, at least not this soon, with WWE having so many better options available for both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Everybody knows what they get with a match between Reigns and Lesnar, and while that can be very good, it can also be incredibly boring. And given that they have tons of star power, it would be better for WWE to put them against some other talents. Anyone else getting the chance to face these two men would put them over massively, rather than repeating stale storylines that we've seen countless times. Want. A pirate entrance. WrestleMania 36 is taking place at Raymond James Stadium, which is the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and if you're not aware, the stadium actually has a pirate ship inside of it with cannons ready to fire. WrestleMania is all about the spectacle, and seeing over-the-top and outlandish entrances isn't uncommon. With a ship already built in, it seems like a huge opportunity for WWE to give Kairi Sane an entrance to remember. Whether it's alongside Asuka as the Kabuki Warriors or as a solo entrance, seeing Sane use the ship in some way, shape, or form would create an incredibly iconic image for the show. Don't want. Triple H having a lengthy match. Speaking of lengthy entrances, every year Triple H has one of the biggest entrances at WrestleMania, with WWE continuing to bring out the game each year in what is always one of the most hyped main event caliber matches on the show. Triple H has always wrestled a very methodical style, and because of that, along with his big elaborate entrances, the game always ends up having some of the longest matches on the show every year. Last year he had the longest match of the night against Batista, and sadly, he is simply taking time away from other talents on what is already a long night. WWE either needs to cut down on how long he gets in the ring or simply cut his matches completely. Want. John Cena puts over an upcoming talent. John Cena is a very busy man nowadays, and because of his Hollywood fame, he doesn't tend to get much time to compete inside the squared circle anymore. But hopefully for WrestleMania 36, he can make an exception and return once again. Should Cena return to WWE, then it would be good to see him face an up-and-coming talent, perhaps from NXT such as Velveteen Dream or Adam Cole, in order to give someone the rub as a future star. Cena is a megastar, and if he could have a match with a young and hungry wrestler, it could do wonders for their careers, rather than him just working with another legend. Don't want one more Stone Cold match. This one might be controversial, as so many fans do actually want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the ring one more time for a final match. But if you take away the major pop and the fun idea of it and actually think, it's something WWE should avoid. We've seen countless legends return for one more match, and while on paper it sounds like tons of fun, actually seeing them compete past their prime often isn't as exciting as people think it'll be. Shawn Michaels is a perfect example of someone that fans had wanted to see wrestle one more match, yet once it had happened, everyone wished it hadn't. So, keeping Stone Cold's legacy intact might be for the best.